That's right. Fruity Pebbles blender cake. First of all, you're gonna put Fruity Pebbles right into the blender. Don't be scared, I'm never. Get it nice and even, there we are. Coming up next is my second favorite ingredient, butter. Oh my God, you can never have too much, don't be afraid. We're gonna put a full cup of melted butter in on top of this. Careful. Oh. Now I can already hear some of y'all like, James, you should have melted that all the way. Yes, I understand that, but the blender is gonna take care of anything that I was too lazy to melt myself, okay? Now, next is something I honestly don't use very often. It's gonna be baking powder. Now, because we're not using a self-rising flour, you gotta add just a little bit of this. So what I'm gonna do is add about 1/4 cup of that into it to make sure we got that good rise, okay? Because this is our batter. Beautiful. Now then, next, I've got, well, our second most important ingredient is gonna be sugar, because gosh knows we don't have nearly enough in the Fruity Pebbles. So what I'm gonna do is take a 1/2 cup of that and add it right to the mix. Beautiful. Wonderful. Now then, what good is cereal without its sister? Milk. Don't be giving me none of that skim business, and I don't want almond or oat neither. Go for the cow stuff. This is what you want. It's good for strong bones and teeth. And gosh knows we all need that. Last thing I want is another terrible trip to the dentist. 2 cups, okay? Don't scrimp on this. We want to make sure you got plenty of moisture in there. All right, now while I'm pouring this, I want to make sure you know about the cooking directions. We've got our oven already preheated to 350 degrees. That's Fahrenheit because we're American. You're welcome. And it's going to be beeping at me in a minute to holler at me to let me know that it's ready. But for right now, I'm going to pour this gentle. Now, see, look at that. It pours down the side of my cup if you don't pour it fast enough. So, there we are. Now, tell me that don't look like the best Saturday morning you ever saw. I'm ready to sit down for cartoons already. Now, take your 2 baby chickens. Okay, got them? Great. I like to use large. Sometimes jumbo works too. Just depends on how much you are in the protein section. 1 pound. Oh, double yolk, that's a winner. Hey, yo, tell me that ain't lucky, I'll pay for lying. And then we'll go again. Pop. Okay, just 1 in that. All right, well, could have done worse. All right, now you're gonna cover this up. Great, and you're gonna start off kind of slow, all right? We're gonna start over here on our first setting. Please make sure that your blender is shut. Do not cover your kitchen in Fruity Pebbles guts, okay? Here we go, ready then. Ooh, look at that. Nice. Now what this is going to do is just grind up all of your Fruity Pebbles in the bottom. You can see we still got a lot of our liquid up here. Oh, okay, good. It's starting to travel down, so we're going to go ahead and crank it up. Now we did not spend extra money for a quiet blender, so this is going to be a little loud, but I can talk over it. We're going to be fine. Crank her up to number 3. Hey, we're going. Perfect. Oh, now we got, now see, look at that, how beautiful. We got that rainbow fleckle in the bottom. We're gonna take it all the way to the top. Do not stop the blender until the eggs are mixed in. It ain't that, it ain't gonna work if you don't mix your eggs in, all right? Okay, so y'all just watch out. Here we go. It almost looks like ice cream, doesn't it? Like that birthday cake ice cream? Oh, I love that stuff. Oh, it's so good. Beautiful. Look at that, how pretty. We have mixed it up so nicely. Take the top off. Now then, we're going to be putting this in an oven-safe glass bowl. Do not forget your cooking spray. It'll stick to everything unless you lubricate it, okay? So, a liberal coating of that. And then we take our pitcher and just pour it right in. Look at this. What? Look at that, how gorgeous. Now what we're gonna do is put this in the oven, like I said earlier, 350 degrees for an hour. Super, super simple. Now, every great cake needs great frosting. The best part about some of the best cakes is that they are super simple. We're going to start with confectioner's sugar. I put 1.5 cups of that right here in the mixing bowl. And then all we're going to do is add to that a little bit of whole milk. Now, once again, you know I don't like to work with anything other than cow milk. If you got soy or whatever, just keep it in the refrigerator. I got no need for it. Put just a little bit in there. If you go a little bit too crazy with the milk, it'll turn into a soup, and that's not what we want. And all you're going to do is just take your whisk and just continue to move it around. Super easy. The powder will continue to fall into that milk, and it'll get thicker, and your powder will start to become more of a paste, and then it will be perfect to pour over that Fruity Pebbles cake once it gets out of the oven. Oh, look at that. See? Exactly. And this is the perfect tool for that too. You see how I love to scrape the powder off the sides of the bowl and down into the icing? Exactly. Just about the time that I think I can't get any more in there, I just go up to the side and scoop a little bit more down in. Perfect. Now you got to be careful with this just like you do anything else. If there's too much powder in it, it's not going to look nice. So you want to make sure that you continue to scrape the sides of the bowl. Make sure that you take it all the way down to the bottom while you're stirring, because I don't want anything getting caught down there. Then whenever we get almost all of it in, you're going to slosh it up just a little bit here on the sides. See how I'm doing that? Just going up a little bit higher. So we get all of that sugar, both from the bottom and the sides. And then you've got the perfect consistency for your glaze and icing. Tell me that didn't turn out a picture. Oh, beautiful. Now then, we sprayed our bowl before it went into the oven, but I want to be super, super careful. So I'm just going to give it just a little bit of one of these all the way around before we try to flip it, okay? Because there's nothing more disappointing than having this gorgeous cake come out of the oven and you flip it and all of a sudden half of the cake is at the bottom of the pan. That absolutely makes me insane. So what we're going to do is this right here. Y'all ready? I know I am. So put this in one hand. All right, I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. We sprayed it and I don't think it worked, but it still is awfully pretty and it looks beautiful and gosh, it smells good. Oh my goodness, that's the best part of it. Sometimes they don't look the best, but they still taste like a dream come true. And that's all we gotta do. I don't care what it looks like. I'm gonna hide all this under icing. And this is still gonna be one of the best cakes I have ever eaten. I have no doubt. So what we're gonna do is just literally just drizzle. Just give it some of that. Just give it some of this. Oh my God, and see now that it doesn't have that top on it, it can get inside the actual cake itself and make this more of a wet cake. And if you haven't had a wet cake, you are not living, friends. Ooh, yes. Fruity Pebbles cake. It ain't just for breakfast anymore, okay? Oh my goodness, that is the softest, most moist cake I may have ever put a knife into in my life. Ooh. Oh. Now she's still hot, but I'm looking forward to this. Oh. That. Yes.